Hello Clashers, it is Kairos time and welcome to my next episode of Exploring the Meta. Today we're going to be talking a little bit about one of the most diverse metas that I have seen. Right before making this video, I was looking at the top 100 players and kind of getting an idea of what kind of decks are the most popular and what's being used. Obviously there are some that stick out, but even when we do have one that sticks out, it seems like there are so many different ones that are sticking out rather than just like one or two primary types of decks. Now, we're going to be talking about that. I did want to let you know that after really doing some research on the meta and figuring out exactly what's going on, I worked really hard to make a deck that is very unique that I feel counters the meta very well. Now, it doesn't do perfect against all decks, but I've created it. It's a really unique deck. It uses the giant skeleton as the primary win condition. It's a lot of fun. I did a lot of balancing to make sure that it worked out. Now, I'm actually on vacation, so I am not able to do a video where I go and I talk and I explain a bunch of things. I'm not in my recording studio where I have my microphone and everything all set up. And so what I'm going to do is, while I'm on vacation, I'm going to be posting those replays of that deck that I'm going to be showing how well it does against all of the most common decks right now, and even in some grand challenges as well, some of those replays to show exactly how strong this deck is. So you guys can look forward to that. I'll be posting those videos just kind of as they are. They'll be my next few set of videos. I think that I'll come out with 4 of them to kind of show you how good the deck is at countering different types of playstyles. Once I am back from vacation, then I'm going to do a big in-depth write-up explaining how to use the deck and what specific strategies you want to use when you're playing against different playstyles or common win conditions right now. That being said, let's go ahead and get talking about this deck, or this meta, I should say. Now, I'm playing an Expo Siege deck myself, and then I'm playing against somebody that is using a Golem Beatdown deck. Now, I decided to share this replay. This is in the ladder. We're just barely under 4,000 trophies right now, and I decided to show you this because I feel like these two decks are some of the most common ones right now. Now, I do love that the Siege playstyle is coming back, not in an overpowered fashion as it has in the past, but in a way that is usable and that people are able to play it without causing, well, an uproar, I guess. The last time that Siege was really popular, it kind of really annoyed some people off, and so Supercell gave some really strong nerfs to that. So now I feel like it's a great playstyle to be using. It's a lot of fun, definitely. So Siege is definitely usable. Expo, now I've tried doing a lot of mortar decks. I know that some people are having some success with mortar decks. I've had more success with Expo decks, and then of course we have Golem decks. Now, Golem decks are very strong right now, mostly because of the recent nerf to the Inferno Tower and also the addition of the Mega Minion into the game. The Mega Minion and the Golem are both very strong and slow. The fact that they move at about a similar speed means that you can place that Mega Minion both on top of Giants, Royal Giants, Golems, and it just makes it really difficult to try and counter that card. Now, that's actually kind of a cool thing. I like that we have that, but it does seem like if I were to say that one type of deck was the strongest right now, or which archetype was the strongest, I would say it's probably Beatdown. I see more Beatdown decks in the meta right now, and when I try and play control decks, it's a little difficult. You have to be very careful, especially once 2 Elixir hits, because that Mega Minion is very difficult to counter when on top of that tank. Now, I do believe that Supercell is going to be doing some sort of a nerf to the Mega Minion, so you can probably expect that it will not be the strongest card in the game and will not be usable in every single deck like it is right now. But like I said, I don't know that. I just that's my best guess based off of everything that I've read and based off of the meta that we're experiencing. I can almost guarantee that the Mega Minion is going to get some sort of a nerf. If that's wrong, then I guess we'll just adapt and adjust like we do in every meta, but that's my best guess. So now, This deck that I'm showing right here, now I wanted to talk about that Graveyard. The Graveyard spell is a really interesting card. It's really pricey, and we're not seeing a lot of it in the arena right now, and I think mostly that's because it's a legendary card and not everybody has it. I think that as people get more Graveyards, we'll start seeing a little bit more because it's just a hard card to counter. Even just then, when I had the minion horde on top of the skeleton, or the Graveyard, the Graveyard was still able to do a little bit of damage on my tower. And then obviously if you don't have the minion horde, then it's more guaranteed that you'll get some damage. Right here you see somebody using a Golem Graveyard combination. It's a very difficult one. Now, not the Golem, but the Giant Beatdown with the Graveyard. You know what I'm talking about. But anyways, Giant is a very popular deck style right now. We're seeing a lot of Giant Bowler combinations. We're also seeing some Giant Lightning combinations, which is kind of cool. I like that we're kind of seeing some more ever since that nerf to the Poison. Now, this deck is the one that I'm using right here is a spell bait deck, which is really what it is. And I wanted to include this in here because it seems like there are more decks that are using, or more people are starting to use spell bait decks as a primary win condition. Now, I didn't necessarily feel like spell bait decks have been a super solid card or play style when it comes to the control archetype, but it's starting to get a little bit more ground, and I enjoy that. I think the biggest reason why is because of the skeleton army becoming more popular. You're able to catch your opponent off guard when they use the wrong types of spells right now, like you can see where I've got those minion hordes just taking out that giant because my opponent didn't have what he needed in order to take out that minion horde. And of course I'm cycled right back to my minion horde so that as soon as he uses his fireball, I'm ready to use that. And here we go. You get the idea. So spell bait decks, another really popular deck that I've been seeing is a Royal Giant Furnace decks. I recently posted a video of a challenge winning deck that does use the Royal Giant Furnace. It's a great combination, a lot of fun. I like that you can actually use the Royal Giant in the arena or in tournaments and challenges right now, because previously the Royal Giant was only good in the ladder where you could over level him. Obviously that's changed somewhat, and so that's very exciting as well. One other thing I wanted to talk about was the Hog Log Fireball or Lightning combination. That combination seems to be the pick of the control decks, where you have the Hog Rider and the Log usually paired up with the Inferno Tower or a cannon, and then also the Skeleton Army to finish off with your defenses, and then trying to cycle back to your Hog Rider as fast as you can so that your opponent can't do anything about your Hog Rider. That seems to be a good one to be playing right now if you're wanting a strong Hog Rider deck. But there are also lots of other things. I've been seeing a little bit of Payfecta without the Ice Wizard, so I guess it's not really Payfecta anymore, but the Ice Wizard, the Princess and the Miner with a Rocket seems to be a good combination. And that is the meta right now, guys. Let me know if you have any questions or suggestions. Now, if you think that there's something else that I missed, feel free to leave it in the comments below. I read all of my questions and all of my comments. So if you have anything that you'd like to share, please do. This is KairosTime ticking by, and we will see you in the arena. Going on vacation. I'm going on vacation. Yeah, KairosTime's going on vacation. I'm going on vacation. Come and party with me on vacation. And subscribe.